Everyone, in this lecture we will discuss the lyophilization technology. So let's begin. It is a stabilizing process in which the substance is first frozen and then the quantity of solvent is reduced first by the sublimation and then desorption to value that will no longer support बायोलॉजिकल एक्टिविटी और केमिकल रिएक्शन. इसमें हम क्या करेंगे, जो हमारा मटेरियल है जिसको हम लोग लाइफोलाइज कर रहे हैं उसको सबसे पहले हम फ्रोज करेंगे एक टेम्परेचर पे. वो कैसे कर सकते हैं, इसका मोटिव क्या है कि हमें उस सब्सटेंस के अंदर जो क्वांटिटी है सॉल्वेंट का उसको रिड्यूस करना है. उसको रिड्यूस करने के लिए दो वे कर सकते हैं. पहला तो ये है कि सब्लिमेशन. इन आगे वाले स्लाइड में हम विल डिस्कस द सब्लिमेशन एंड देन सेकेंड इज डिजॉप्शन. इस दोनों इन वेज से हम अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्वेंट को रिड्यूस करेंगे. हम रिड्यूस इसलिए कर रहे हैं क्योंकि अगर अमाउंट उस सब्सटेंस के अंदर सॉल्वेंट नहीं होगा तो जो भी सपोर्ट बायोलॉजिकल एक्टिविटी और रिएक्शंस हो रहे हैं वो नहीं होंगे. सो व्हाट इज़ द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ द लाइफोलाइजेशन? तो principle is based on the sublimation. Now sublimation, what is sublimation? Sublimation is the transition of a substance from the solid to vapor state without passing through an intermediate liquid phase. Like in earlier class we have discussed that the states of matter, there is a topic that is sublimation, in which the solid substance directly converted into vapor. एंड दैट क्लास वी हैव डिस्कस दैट कैम्फर. तो यहाँ पे क्या है, सब्लिमेशन एक ऐसा मेथड है जिसमें कि सॉलिड सब्सटेंस डायरेक्टली वेपर में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है विदाउट इंटरमीडिएट जो लिक्विड फेज़ है उसमें आए बिना. ये इसका प्रिंसिपल है लाइफोलाइजेशन का. सो व्हाट आर द कंडीशंस रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द लाइफोलाइजेशन? तो लाइफोलाइजेशन के कंडीशन क्या क्या हैं? लो टेम्परेचर होना चाहिए और प्रेशर भी लो होना चाहिए और वो अप्लाई किससे करेंगे हम? वैक्यूम से. थर्ड पॉइंट इज टेम्परेचर एंड प्रेशर लेस देन द ट्रिपल पॉइंट. ओके, व्हाट इज ट्रिपल पॉइंट? ट्रिपल पॉइंट इज a point where point of pressure and temperature where three phases of matter exist. Like for the triple point of water, there at a certain temperature or pressure the solid, liquid and gas, three phases coexist. That is called triple point. Okay, fourth condition required for lyophilization is concentration gradient of water vapor between the drying front. और फिफ्थ है जो कंडेंसर होता है वो ड्राइव करता है फोर्स फॉर द रिमूवल ऑफ वाटर. दीज आर द कंडीशन रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द लाइफोलाइजेशन. यहाँ पे इन नेक्स्ट स्लाइड वी विल एबल टू सी द. और लाइफोलाइजेशन इज़ ऑल्सो नोन एज फ्रीज ड्राइंग प्रोसेस. इसका जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है वो ऊपर जो ग्रीन कलर का है वो दैट्स कॉल्ड कंडेंसर. वी हैव अर्लियर डिस्कस्ड दैट इट ड्राइव फोर्स टू रिमूव द वाटर एंड वैक्यूम इज अप्लाइड टू exert pressure and there is a refrigeration coil in the circuit and there is a door in which by through we will put the substance. So lyophilization have four different steps. First is freeze drying, second is primary drying stage, third is secondary drying stage and fourth is packing. So in freeze state basically what we do is we freeze the product solution to a temperature below its temperature and it decreases the shelf life and temperature range is about -50 degrees Celsius. There maintained low temperature and low atmospheric pressures and formation of ice crystal takes place in this freezing stage and the rate of ice crystallization define the freezing process and the efficiency of primary drying. So next step is primary drying. Primary drying is also known as sublimation. It is a heat introduced from self to the product under the graded control of electric resistance of or containing silicon. Its temperature should be below the triple point, that is 0.0098 डिग्री सेल्सियस. प्रेशर जो होता है वो ये होता है 4.58 mm, और ये रिमूव करता है बाय प्राइमरी ड्राइंग स्टेज. वी कैन रिमूव मॉइस्चर अबाउट 98 to 99%. नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज सेकेंडरी ड्राइंग स्टेज. इन दिस स्टेज द टेम्परेचर इज रेज्ड टू 50 to 60 डिग्री सेल्सियस. प्रेशर इज लोअर्ड अबाउट 550 mmHg and bound water is removed by this process, and rate of drying in this process is low, and the duration for the secondary drying stage is 10 to 20 hours. And the last step is packaging. After drying, the vacuum is replaced by filtering the dry air or nitrogen to establish it is a valve, and bottles are sealed with the rubber closure and aluminum caps. These are the steps which involved in the lyophilization process. There are certain processes that used in the lyophilization, that are freezing. It means the product is frozen, and this provide a necessary conditions for the low temperature. Second is vacuum. Vacuum is after freezing the product is placed under vacuum. This enable the frozen solvent in the product to vaporize without passing through the liquid phase, and that is also known as sublimation. Third is heat. Heat is applied to the frozen product to accelerate sublimation. And fourth is condensation. Low temperature condenser plates remove the vaporized solvent from the vacuum chamber by converting it back to solid, and this complete the process. So what are the advantages of lyophilization? Why we used lyophilization? So advantages are, it helped in the removal of water at low temperature. It is compatible with the aseptic operation. The substance or material which are thermolable, so this process is used for their preservation. And fourth is more precise with weight control. Fifth is for sterility can be maintained easily. Sixth is reconstitution is easy. So next is the disadvantages of lyophilization or drawbacks of the lyophilization. It means what are the drawbacks? So first one is expensive. It is expensive when we compare to the other process for the storage and preservation. So it is expensive. And second is molecules are damaged by stress associated with the freezing, freeze drying, or both. Third point is product is prone to oxidation due to high porosity and large surface area. These are the disadvantages of lyophilization. So what are the characteristics of freeze dry product? So the first one is it is sterile, uniform color. Next is sufficient strength, sufficiently porous, and chemically stable in both dry state and reconstitution. So what are the product that we are lyophilized are flour, coffee, bacteria, viruses, vaccine, pharmaceuticals, medicines, and fruits. These are the material that we are lyophilized. Thank you.